So I have a question today.
Hmm.
Um, Human nature sometimes has a desire to control either others or the outcome of things in life. And it seems to be something harmful. It doesn't give happiness, it doesn't give joy, it doesn't give peace.
Yes.
So, what to do about it and the nature of it?
Yeah, one has to look, one has to observe it. See, the uh, very word control is a illusion. It's illusory. Why it is illusory? Because the desire starts with one person and intrinsically the controller get controlled. You see?
You don't feel free when you feel like you
Yeah,
have a desire to
controlling
control.
someone.
Yeah.
So you actually exploiter is exploit himself or herself first. So killer is will get killed, but in the dream stuff uh, to see, yeah, the dream stuff is illusory. Apparently, appearance only. In the other word, controller, uh, what can be other word?
What can be another word for controller?
Yeah, like discipline
Mhm.
is different. Like discipline means the children. Children are disciplined. It is the notion behind it, and like good as a servant, bad as a master. Let's take any example of control. For example, see, like when we see the Mother Nature, you want to grow some vegetables or fruits, you dig the ground, you put the seeds, and you want to control that it grows.
Big harvest. You want a certain harvest.
Certain, yeah. And there's certain period you have to wait for the seed to come out.
Yeah.
If you are too nervous or control, you can mess it up. That's the difference between the organic and unorganic. Like man's mind want a bigger tomato and bigger color, but what happen is you can change and increase but you are going against the mother nature, and then as a result, you do not know the wisdom of mother nature is much higher, much bigger. So, like for example, how would you control your dream? Suppose you want to be Cleopatra tomorrow,
Mhm.
and you can plan a story and a storyline, and that dream should come 11 p.m. When you're in sound sleep. Would you be able to control?
Probably not.
So, are you controlling your breathing? The natural breath is happening, is happening. The respiration, digestive system, all those things are happening. Then human being want to have been controlling since so long time. They have changed the roads and the houses, and they have put it in an order.
Mm.
Control of the house, so it should be this square foot, this should be. Now let's observe it without the mind. It looks like, oh, it's controlled, it's controlled the housing and houses, but actually is it controlled? Look at the people which have not this kind of model in the poor countries, so-called poor,
Yeah, so-called true.
because in the dream world, we have invented the words and the language for our own benefit. But it's all uh, control. The word control is illusory. Like you have seen controlling a lion, a tiger in certain boundaries, and a man going in that boundary, uh, and he can say, "Oh, I control this tiger
Mhm.
lion," but this is illusion. He does not control. He only put it into the hypnosis of a sleep, but the tiger, lion, they cannot be controlled because that's why they say the wild animals are unpredictable. Why do they say unpredictable? They say it because at any moment of time, the infinite connection can open up. Means known and unknown. And unknown, when opens up, it realizes I am the tiger which cannot be controlled. And he in no time can even eat the controller.
Yeah, many of the lion tamers end up getting attacked or eaten eventually.
Yeah, because
Eventually.
see, this story will explain, for example, a little baby was raised, a little tiger,
Cub.
cub,
Yeah, tiger cub.
was raised by the sheep, and he behaved for years like sheep. Will go with them in the crowd and eat that way and walk that
Eat
way.
grass.
Yeah, yeah. So that is the hypnosis. Hypnosis means not real, temporary programming. And actually, then what happened? That the real tiger, one time he was in a company that young cub was in the with the wild tiger, and he was behaving. He said, "Oh, you are me. You look in the river, in the water." He remembered his original nature. In no time, he wake up to the reality. I mean, in no time, he realized, "Oh, I'm the real royal." So what changed? What changed is nothing changed, only the fake at the fake and unfake at the unfake. That means the reality cannot be gained. It cannot be gained or achieved. It always is.
So it was just a shift, a perception shift.
Yeah, false perception.
Yeah.
Apparently appear. What is the dream than the reality? What is the dream? Dream is that monkey, those desires and those thoughts which are going wild. Oh, I'll get a mansion, I'll get this. Those are projected false fake ideas. Projected false fake ideas. So those are not real. Those are apparently appear like real, but not really real. That's what changes. What changes in the dream and the wakefulness? What does changes? You are the same person,
The same person.
but what changes? What changes in the skull?
The picture in your mind. You create the setting
Yeah,
in your mind, and people, ones you know, ones you don't know.
yeah.
But then you wake up and you realize,
Oh, I know it was a dream.
yeah,
So that's the whole thing happened with a king. With a king, it happened that he was hunting in the dream, and he was so thirsty, and then very thirsty, and he go and begged some very thirsty and hungry. He go and beg for the food, and when he is about to eat the food, because he was so hungry, a bull comes raging and shake him up and throw him out. Now he could not even eat, and he's a worse than beggar, and even the bull, raised him, and he's hurt and wake up, and then he was in a dilemma. Oh, what is really real? Was I a beggar, hungry, suffering, or the king? He could not, it was such an impact on his brain, in his mind. So the life you call life or the world you see apparently a dream, and the other world they call it the Maya. What is really real? The accumulated memory, known memory, and the proof is that it gets consumed, wants something new. Take an example of anything. The car you drive, the house you live, you want something new. You want something new because it does not satisfy you. It does not satisfy the mind. It's self-perpetuating mechanism. Want more, want more, want new, want more, want new, want new. Is never content. Why is not content? Constant, you have to feed this digestive canal, the tube, constantly. Then what is something within this body mind which is unaffected by the constant dissatisfaction and unrelated total satisfaction? Nothing which cannot be affected, but it can put a veil on the reality. What is the difference? That's why man has been searching and searching and seeking and seeking. Body mind is the veil. The name and form is the veil. Then is there something which is not affected by the time? The time full desire always want the perfectness in the material things. What material things? Oh, the house which does not destroy, which is impeccable. Oh, the car I drive never break down. No, the things which are made in time, at a date and time, has to change because it is made with that material. All this world disappear when you move from the sleep and then dream state, turning around, and then from dream to dreamless state. Dream is still talking and the mind is active. Then dreamless state, where there is not even your name. You don't even know your name. You don't need to know the name. And that is the most healthy death. Dying. Dying means if you still remember your name and form and mind active, you won't be able to recharge your battery. So that is the proof already that this side, the mind is, you are not this big body and tiny memory chip, all illusory. Illusory means what? Illusory means like the ocean, the surface is the waves dancing. But what is unknown, you cannot measure it, you cannot count it. Even the word infinite is don't describe it. That's why they call the God or the Lord or the unknowable. And that's actually what you really are. But you invested into the wrong control because you want to know, you try to know through body and mind. Yes, body mind is the timeline, illusory whole, as you are watching a movie. Movie can be 3-hour movie or 30-hour movie or 300 years movie. Movie is movie. It's a story. But the seeker is always seeking the eternity because actual, original, it is the original. But it is playing in the timeline, and that's why it forget its original face, original nature. Imagine how many controlling machine you will have to put. Oh, the clock should run from Saturday to Sunday. From Sunday, oh, it got late. It should be 24. Should be 20. Then Sunday to Monday, all man-made. Mother Nature, time is no longer. Even the birds, the animals, time, do they have watch? Would you invent a watch for the crows?
No, I see the chickens go home when the sun goes down. That's just, and as the day gets longer, they go to bed later.
So the life actually is bigger fun and more fun when it is aligned with the mother nature. But human being is the advanced mother nature when it is aligned with the beloved. Beloved means not the monkey mind, but the heart consciousness, where there is no two, where it's not two, where it's only observing without the observer. Then infinite living in the here now. And there is nothing wrong with the control, but the word control describe, of course, automatic, you control your way, steering, and as long as everything, what is the difference then? What is the difference in the worried mind or enlightened mind or mind is never enlightened or worried. Mind is nature, always changing, always. So only you step out from the fake to the original. You shift from the fake to the real, original. Because if you want to live your life in the computer and you order the most delicious food on the computer, go ahead and eat. It may look very nicer and very good picture and everything, but it's like the same king. He got into delusion mind. The story goes long, Then he invite many scholars. What is really real? Am I the king that is real, or was I dreaming and beggar and could not eat the food? That was real. And the great Maharishi means the seer, the scientist, who see the thing as it is. As it is means the fake and unfake, real and unreal. So then he shows that neither the king nor the beggar who was hunting and both are artificial appearance. The mind we live the whole life, the whole world you see is in the memory chip. How do you know this is when you're driving Stanley Drive? If you don't have memory, if you get dementia, or you won't be able to even drive to this address. This is only the chip which tell you. This is Beverly Hills, this is West Hollywood. Do you know what happened to the people who get the dementia or that? They won't go to, they can't even go to their own home.
Yeah, they get lost and yeah.
So, remember, we are nothing but bubbles. 3 bubbles here, 3 bubbles, bubble. But what is the seeking? Seeking is original. It must, you can't find a thing which is not lost. But the veil can give you an illusion that this is me, body, mind, this is me. Then what it is not satisfied, what is not total contentment. Mind cannot give you contentment. Mind and ego can only add on, add on. These are extensions, extension 2, extension 3, those are add-ons. Then what is the original?
The heart?
The heart is, of course, like the word, but that the word does not describe. That's why there is a difference in the virtual lunch and dinner and the really dinner. Because really dinner don't need to advertise. And then absolute contentment happen, which is there is the other word, tripta, nitya tripta. Tripta means total contentment. That's why no wealth, no money, no honey, no power can give you that total contentment, which is impeccable, which is the real royalty. And that's the nature of the consciousness. And that's what you are seeking, the cosmic consciousness. Cosmic consciousness, where there is no two. There is no individual owning and disowning and death and birth. There is none of those timelines. There is absolute timelessness. Then your person is illusory. That I am a person, I am a person. Only you live as presence here now. Different quality of living without lot of add-ons. Lot of I have 5 houses, I have 6 houses. None of those affect. You can operate through that. Operate means enlightened and unenlightened. In one word, eat when hungry and drink when you are thirsty. That's simple. But the qualitative change, then you are not having a object. You go to someone's house, what do I get? Or my own mind is talking, what will I get? Why I go there? What will I get? Ho. That's the material living. The spiritual living is totally irrespective of no region. A bird, a sparrow will come and in the garden not because of something, irrespective of all because. You have transcended the cause and effect, the chain link. Why? Because there is no self-centered activity. You are just only, and that's how the wholeness operating. It brings the sunlight, not choosing to one home and not to another home. It does not choose. Even our own health does not choose. So health actually is beyond the body mind. Swa astha. When you are established in the infinite, unbounded cosmic consciousness, as the cosmic consciousness, then you same work, same action, but you have come out of the chain reaction, action, reaction, reactive mind, always worried, always calculator. Those calculator are very good when you are to measure something or material level, but don't all the time irritate you, because the mind always bring this much satisfaction, this satisfaction. But we get slowly, unknowingly get identified to the body mind. Those are like not even 5% of real living. Living is so vast. So fulfillment is not how many things this mind ego has collected, but opposite of it. And you cannot figure it out and know it, because it is beyond that self-centered anxiety. The seeker has meet the thought it was seeking, and then it's a full living, full circle, full contentment. All the words have absorbed in the silence. That's how life going effortless, effort, automatic, you know, natural. What else?
That was very good. Yeah.
See, like I want to do the what you call the movies, the short film, like the one we talked about the king and the beggar. The same is the lion and the sheep. These are all the state of the mind. The mind. And we are talking of the human mind. So when you make it in the form of the shape and stories, those are the best movies you can make. The traditional movies, what are there? The whole Bollywood, you will put a stop. You will not watch when you really ask the expert what is there in the movie, 3 hour movie. Sex, murder, why? Those control, because those are the peak of the human mind. When they showing the murder and this killing and stuff, that bring the juice of the emotions in the human mind, and that become more and more popular. But when you see from a distance, all movies made with those formula.
Yep.
Why not to make the educational movie that the ultimate pleasure, the ultimate freedom is understanding and non-understanding the life itself. Why we get birth and death, the birth. What is that is born is the desire which take the form. The formless and the form. Formless and the form is the play of the consciousness. The play of the consciousness. And that's why the Vedic seers were scientists. Vedic seers were the scientists. They put the word Brahma. Aham Brahmasmi. Brahma. What is Brahma? When they say God, generative operative destructive, Brahma Vishnu Mahesh, the one which destroy the Shiva. What destroy? Destroy means the ignorance. It's pure science. Brahma means what? Which is unstoppable. Unstoppable. Infinite consciousness. That's the Brahma. Visible and invisible, both. So this is the super science actually, the quantum physics. And why not to make movie in that? Not for money profit or seeking, That's why it has its natural rhythm. I'm not in the numbers because even if you, well, all is the expression when you are teaching the technique and methods, then you are teaching it. Because if you are the lightful and consciousness, you're totally content because you are not separate. Only one person you need to meet. What is that one person? The seeker is the seeking the seeker. That's simple. Then you have entered the space where there is no effort. No effort, not even dream is a exercise, is a work. Totally, absolutely witnessing without the witness. The absolute intoxication, the divine intoxication. Then what do you need to do? No, you as a person disappear. Disappear means like when egg is broken, egg, you are free. There is nothing need to be done. But we have taken the life totally wrong, upside down. Totally wrong means working, thinking, all those are what do you call the spider network. There's no meaning because apparently it appears like, oh, America, West doing some invention, some up, down, and those are down. Those Africa down, those are up, but you don't see from the absolute angle. You only see with your mental comparing. Both are the movie because you yourself is the movie. You yourself is the as a person is the dream stuff. As a person, you are Maya. Fake is not even good word. Maya means lucid dream. When is moving, you see activity. When you see stillness, still mind, you see the without wavering, without time bound, without the cataract of the ego is gone, and then you have done the whole circle. The whole circle means there is no more journey, outward journey or inward journey. All journey is completed. So, as a body, mind, as a dress, as a dress, as a dress you wear, then it become fun, not a burden. Otherwise, life get people stressed out because they take unreal as real, you know. You see the difference? No more death. And the stream. Hallelujah. Whom we are bowing down to the being, from human doing to human being. Being is the wholeness, wholeness, all oneness.